Welcome artists to Art Project Hour and welcome back to my studio. Within the field of visual arts, performance art is probably the most controversial and most misunderstood. Performance art is conceptual at its core, where the idea and meaning behind the piece is more important than the actual work and its execution. So what is performance art?
They are the men and women of Walk Right, and their mission is to get you if you walk wrong. Let's walk!
According to the Oxford Dictionary, performance art is an art form which combines visual art with dramatic performance. It is a work or an exhibition executed by the artist or other participants, with the primary medium being used being the human body, with other key components of time, space, and an audience. Some performances are fully orchestrated by the artist. Whereas others let the onlookers call the shots. They can be both planned or spontaneous, perform live or documented. Whilst gaining popularity in the 60s, 70s and 80s,
I would like to be the first artist to make a full public financial disclosure.
This movement originally appeared in the early 20th century with the progress of the avant-garde, with futurist and Dada artists working to break the barrier between actor, performer and audience by capitalising on live art and the publicity value of shock and outrage. The self-proclaimed grandmother of performance art, Marina Abramovich, has produced many famous, stirring and emotionally charged performance works over her decades-long career. In 1988, she famously orchestrated the breakup journey with fellow artist Ulay, who was her partner in both art and life. They both started alone at opposite ends of the Great Wall of China and trekked over 90 days to finally meet in the middle and say goodbye. In 2010, at the retrospective of her work, titled "The Artist is Present," at the New York Museum of Modern Art, she sat for 8 hours a day, 750 hours in total, in silence, at a table. Members of the public were invited to come, sit, and hold her gaze. They were seated 2 meters apart, with no contact or talking permitted. In a poignant and moving moment, now seen by over 20 million people on YouTube, Ulay makes a surprise visit and sits opposite her to see each other for the first time in 22 years. With the popularity and mainstream accessibility of social media and streaming platforms, the art form has continued to develop so that performance art is no longer the exclusive realm of renowned artists, but also in the hands of the people. The many flash mobs of the early 2000s to the TikTokers of today exemplify how the art form has evolved over the years. Have a think about the different performance artworks you have come across without realising their significance in the world of visual arts. So for this week's task, I want you to film yourself doing your very own piece of performance art. It can be by yourself, or you could even incorporate other people or even your pets in it too. If you are a bit shy, you can write a plan or do a drawing of what you think an interesting or thought-provoking piece of performance art could be. Thank you so much for joining me for Art Project Hour. I can't wait to see what you create. Bye!